I don't know if we're live, but I think we're live. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful, glorious, such a nice breezy day here where I am, and I've got all of the back of the house. Every window is open. All the sliders are open. It's like the breezes are coming in. It's just spectacular here. I know that I'm just really rubbing it in because I know that there are so many of you who are probably sitting by your fires now, trying to keep warm. In England, it's probably damp and rainy. But anyway, so anyone who feels like they want to come visit me here in sunny Florida, please, give me a shout, let me know. We'll see what we can do, she says. All right. I have been busy today. Before I tell you what I've been doing, first of all, I'd like to say good morning to Grey Eagle, who is standing to my right side. Then I would like to say good morning to Chris, and good morning to all of you out there who are joining us. Chris, I hope there are people out there joining us. I know we'd like to take a little while to let people get in, because sometimes they forget. How can you forget that I'm on the show on Thursdays? How can you possibly forget that? But people forget, and then they get that little, I think we send a message out and quick, let's get on the show. Now, last week was stunning to me. I cannot remember how many countries we reached or are reaching with this little show, but we had so many people from so many different countries. So, as you all will know, we like questions. We like you to tell us about yourselves. If you've got a story to tell us, we like that. Please use the chat room. If there's no chatting going on in the chat room, then that's my time to say goodbye. But I hate saying goodbye to you guys. I really want to give you all the opportunity. So if you want to even if you put in the chat room, the hi, it's me from, and tell us where you're from, which part of, if you're in the United States, which part of the United States you're from. If you are speaking to us from another country, which happened last week, so many different countries. We loved it. I think we had Australia and Sri Lanka and India, and on it goes, right? It just keeps all, and more besides. And so when you put in the chat, or if you don't particularly have a question, we'd love you to say, hi, I'm calling from, and let us know where you're calling from, because it's interesting to us. It's interesting to me how many people we reach and in what parts of the world. Now, my grandson is also interested. And I think last week or whenever it was, last week or the week before, he said, so Mosey, who did you speak to today? And I'll say, oh, I spoke to a lovely family from India. And then he'll say, and is that all? Well, no, actually, then I spoke to a lovely lady in where was it? I forgot where it was from, Singapore. And he said, from India in Singapore. I said, yes, all on the same day, 2 different families. And he likes the idea that we reach so many different people, so many different countries. Of course, my books have been published also in many different countries, but it's nice to know that we're reaching people. If you are from another country, you will not understand a word I'm saying, but hopefully you will be able to translate, or maybe you do speak English. But if you can't speak English, I had so many comments. We had so many comments last week in foreign languages. If you could Google translate for us, that would be great. And that way you can participate in the show this morning. Right. I did say I was busy, didn't I? I was busy this morning, and the smell in my kitchen today, and what would it be? What could I be making today? I decided I would make mushroom soup, which I love. But a couple of days ago, I made moussaka. For those of you who are Greek or who love Greek food, you will know what that is. But it's a dish with, um, if I say aubergine, I'm British. We say aubergine, you would say eggplant. It's so, the different names for foods in different countries is fascinating to me. But anyway, so eggplant or aubergine and ground lamb and, of course, garlic and onions and also just delicious. You make a delicious sauce, and ricotta cheese goes in there, and you layer it all together, and it's sort of, then you put cheese on the top, and it all bubbles, bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Delicious. So I've been doing a little cooking in the last week or so. It's a while since I made bread, but I'm making it maybe tomorrow, or maybe I'll make it today. I don't know. Let's see. Mushroom soup with fresh made bread. Maybe I'll make it today. Anyway, that's what I've been doing today. So, Chris, is there anybody there, Chris?
We have a lot of people logged in, Rosemary.
Okay.
Gina's back. She says, I'm so looking forward to our time together. Greetings from Cape Town.
Are we having time together, Gina?
Right now.
How nice. That's so nice. Oh, Cape Town. Nice. For those of you who don't know where Cape Town is, we're talking about South Africa. I've been to Cape Town. Anyway, I actually was privileged to be invited to hear Nelson Mandela speak. He'd just come out of prison. Anyway, moving on. Chris, keep going.
Oh, that's very fortunate. Judith
Yeah.
says hello from Georgia. And yes, my furnace is on.
Oh, dear. Hi, Judith.
Barb's here saying hello all. Dean says hello from Wisconsin with 40-mile-per-hour wind and snow.
Oh, it's snow already? Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Ooh. Okay.
And apparently he's tagged me in, I don't know, maybe it's Facebook or something, to show you his Christmas cake. So we'll have to do that later.
I have a confession to make. To Dean in particular, but to all of you in general. I think this might be the first Christmas in years and years that I have not made a Christmas cake. What can I tell you? It's a very sad day. My grandson is going to be so disappointed. But we are going to make marzipan, and we are going to make marzipan fruits, and we're going to make marzipan animals, and we're going to probably make marzipan alligators, and we're going to paint them all, and we're going to have fun with all of that. But I really do, actually, Dean, I would love to see your Christmas cake, and I hope you're feeding it very well. I'm sure you are. Keep going, Chris.
All right. Then we have Ornella. Hi, Rosemary. It's nice to see you.
Hi,
Sometimes I miss my grandmother, Mary. Today is her son's birthday. Are there any messages from them? Thank you so much.
And Ornella, where are you calling from? I'm tempted to say Italy or somewhere in Italy because Ornella is an Italian name. Don't shoot me if it isn't, but I think it is. There are no messages right now, but I'm sure that she'll be with her son today. But where are you from? Where are you actually writing from? Sorry, keep going.
Jen says, Good morning, Rosemary and Gray Eagle.
Good morning,
I'm
Jen.
from the UK. It's been snowing here. It never snows where I am. Being in the coast, it's certainly not in November.
Jen, where on the coast? Where in England are you from? And wait a minute, it's England. We don't get snow that early usually anyway. Snowing in England? Wow. Ooh. And I want to know which part of the coast you're from.
Mark saying good morning from Tulsa.
Good morning, Tulsa Mark.
G Ravi's here from India.
Hi, G. Hi, G. Ravi.
Jen says, I'm envious of your lovely warm sunshine.
Oh, I know, I know. However, I had a friend come to stay last, and he was quite stunned to find out that I have in my living room a very large fireplace. It's beautiful fireplace, actually. It's really nice. It's one of the tall ones. You might see them in sort of the old Victorian style houses, very high and, sort of really nice. And there was a fire in the fireplace. Now, look, this is Florida, so you'll have to forgive me. He looks at this whole setup, and there's a fire crackling. You could hear the burning logs and the crackling and so on and so forth in the fireplace. It's quite a wide fireplace, and it's gorgeous fire burning, and the inside of the fireplace is all sort of black, a black tile everywhere. It's very nice, very, very pretty. And then I took this and I switched the fire off. So basically what I've got is I've made inside this fireplace sort of like a platform. I've got my fire irons, brass fire irons in there. Looks very realistic. And then I have, you can't really see it until you see it. And then I have a TV in there, and I put YouTube on, and I put my fire on, and I sit on the sofa, and I hear the crackling of the wood. I know it's cheating, right? It's a fake fireplace, but it's so funny because I had another friend who came, and it was quite warm out. But sometimes if I'm reading in the living room, I sort of like to cozy up on the sofa with a good book, and the fire's crackling in the background, especially in the sort of the winter months. And it just makes me feel just so nice and cozy. And this other friend of mine came and said, we were sitting there chatting and having a drink. And at one point she said, Rosemary, can you turn the fire off? Can you just switch the fire off? I said, yeah, are you okay? She said, it's making me feel too warm. So even though there's no heat coming out of it, it gives this impression of a lovely, warm winter's glow. So I love a fire. I love sitting by an open fire. And the friend who came last week said, only you could think to do that. Looks really good. It looks really, really good. But anyway, sorry, you're getting carried away. Carry on, Chris.
Barb saying good morning from snowy Illinois.
Good morning, Barb, from really snowy already. Gosh, well, it is sort of, we're getting towards, it's Thanksgiving next week, isn't it? Wait a minute. Now, it is Thanksgiving next Thursday, and we will not be doing the show next Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. And but it's also another special day because it happens to be Chris's birthday. Next 31st, right, Chris? Is it
28th?
Oh, sorry, 28th. Right. So it's anyway. So it's the 28th. So this morning she's coerced me into doing this. I just want you to know. But she said, well, at least aren't you going to sing happy birthday to me? So for Chris and for all of you out there who have birthdays this week or this month, here we go. But I have this irritating cough, so I'm only going to sing part of it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chris. And everybody else who has a birthday. Happy birthday to you and many more. There you are.
Thank you.
All right, that's to everybody who's got birthdays this month. Right, okay. I should do that once a month, right?
Yeah.
All right, okay, let's keep going.
Leslie says, hi from Apache County. Can you visually see Gray Eagle, or do you just sense his presence?
Who is this? Leslie?
This is Leslie.
Leslie, I love you. I love you in Apache County. Wow, what I wouldn't give to sort of, maybe I could astral travel there and maybe even take a peek at you tonight when you're sleeping in your bed. You never know. Do I see a grey eagle, or do I what? Do I just sense him? No, 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 darling. Um, okay, so how do I explain this? There are a lot of people who are, let's use the word psychic. It's a very misused word. We all know that, but let's use that word. There are a lot of people who are psychic who, or who think they're psychic, and they sense, they're aware in some way. We all have, every one of us has, you know, some ability to sense, to be aware in some way of those in the spirit world, and also, you know, those our loved ones. We also have, very often, some of us, or a lot of us, have an ability to sense things around us that are going on, or have some sort of precognitive stuff. A lot of people say, I knew so and so was going to happen, I thought it was going to happen, and then it happened. That's when we talk about precognition. What I do, however, as a medium, if I'm not going to talk to somebody if I can't see them, why would I do that? I want, come on, you know, let's, we're going to do a face to face, and that's what we do. And excuse me, and when I'm talking to people in the spirit world, when I'm giving, you know, giving consultations to people, when I'm out in audiences, what have you, I actually will see people in the spirit world. Now, sometimes I wish I could see them more clearly. It depends. If there's a lot of people, you can't always see everybody, because it's like when you're looking at a crowd of people, you can see the people who are at the front of the crowd much more clearly than you can the people at the back of the crowd. But yeah, I you know, I'm a very demanding person in so many ways, and those who in the spirit world who come to me, who want to talk to me, they know, you know, I have high expectations of them, but they also have, as they should, quite rightly, have high expectations of me. When we're doing on the, is it the 14th?
14th, yeah.
For the 14th, when we're doing the event Grey Eagle Speaks, we'll be doing this for 3 hours, and for certainly a large part of that time, Grey Eagle will speak, and he will literally use me, use my body, use my voice box, what have you. It's not a full trance state, but it's sort of, it would be like a semi-trance state. Do I see him? Do I see him only in those moments, or do I see him? I'm laughing because I'm looking right at him now. He said, here, how clearly can you see me? And of course, I see him clearly. I mean, if he had a wart on his nose, which he doesn't, by the way, but if he had a wart on his nose, I would see it very clearly. In the same way, he's laughing at me now. In the same way, if I had a wart on my nose, which I don't think I do, but if I had a wart on my nose, he'd be able to see me. So this is how clearly I can see people in the spirit world, and this is how clearly I can, you know, hear what they have to say. I mean, I wouldn't do what I do. I wouldn't want to do what I do if I couldn't hear precisely and clearly what people are saying. Unfortunately, when people from the spirit world come and they, you know, they're somebody's here, they're having a consultation with me. They want to know what their mother wants to say, or father wants to say, and so on. They want to know what their children are wanting to actually say to them. And I have Grey Eagle here because if I mishear, or if I don't quite catch something as clearly, or if I misunderstand something that somebody in the spirit world is trying to say to me, if I misunderstand it, because let's face it, you can be sitting having coffee with your girlfriends in, you know, in your sitting room or whatever, and it's easy, if somebody says something, it's easy to misunderstand in that way. It's easy to misunderstand what somebody's trying to tell you. Imagine when we're sort of transcending this world and I have to pay attention. It's so easy sometimes for me to not quite get it right. And this is why I find with Grey Eagle, this is invaluable, because if I misunderstand, or if I'm not getting it right, he'll say, no, listen again, Rosemary, she didn't say this, she said that. So, you know, Grey Eagle is a whole part of the process here. If I'm talking to someone in the spirit world and I don't get it quite right, or if I'm struggling to see someone and I need to sort of raise my level of consciousness to a point where I can see them more clearly, Grey Eagle is right there helping me to do all of that. Long answer to a quick question, but the answer very briefly, shortly, is yes, I see. I see him, I hear him, thank you, I feel him, everything. So yes. Chris.
Brett is on saying good morning from Black Eagle, Montana.
Oh, good morning. Oh, wow. What's the weather like in Montana? Have you got lots of snow there? Is it freezing cold, or is it? I've never actually been to Montana, but I've seen pictures, I've seen movies. I would love to go to Montana because all of those incredible mountains, and my understanding is that the people are amazing and very friendly there. It's one of those places I'd really love to go to at some point. But wow, what a nice place. Does anything to say? Any questions, or just saying hi?
All right, then we have Judith who says, for a while now, I am awakened by loud noises, like large bookcases falling over, or a tree falling on the house, or cabinets falling off the wall. These are loud. When I get up, all is well. What's going on?
I'm to clue, Judith. It sounds as it's possible that someone's trying to get your attention and you're obviously not paying attention, or you're not listening as you should. It could be that, or it could simply be you've got a creaky house you live in. Chris, keep going.
All right, Himali's here from Colombo saying good morning.
Hi.
Both Gary and Mary Lou are on.
Hi.
Uh,
Hi.
Then we have
Gary,
Mark.
Gary, is it snowing where you are? Where did somebody say it was snowing? Anyway, keep going.
Wisconsin.
All right, yeah, wow.
All right, then we have Mark who says, yesterday was my amazing mom's 5th anniversary of her passing. I still miss her so much. All last week, I had dreams of her almost every night. To feel her hugs and voice warmed my soul. If I could have just a few words from her with Grey Eagle's help, it would make me leap for joy. Does she have a message?
Would it make you leap for joy? I'm already on it. I'm, you know, look, I never, it's not up to me to do any of this. If Grey Eagle taps me on the shoulder, or if he's whatever he's saying. But when you said yesterday was her 4th anniversary, Chris, when you told me that, I'm hearing the Beatles song Yesterday loud and clear, and I'm seeing this lovely lady standing next to Grey Eagle. Now, I have to bring you to task a little bit. You talked about lots of dreams last week. You talked about, you know, lots of dreams, and it was wonderful, and so on and so forth. And I just would like to bring you to task, because I think you know anyway, these are not dreams. These are visits. She's laughing at me. Dreams are visits from her to you. They are, you know, that you know when something is real. You wake up and you say, I had this amazing dream, and there's something in your mind says, but it was more than a dream. It seemed, it was so real, but it was, oh no, it was only a dream, but it was so real, but it was okay. You need to understand, my darling, that when your mum, and this is from her to you, and although Grey Eagle is standing here, she's not speaking through Grey Eagle, not telling Grey Eagle and then Grey Eagle is telling me. She is talking to me in my ear. I have to tell you, she's very determined to do this, because these are the times when she visits you, and I think you know that. I can understand why people say I have a dream, because it does sound weird, doesn't it? When if you say, "Oh, my mum visited me," or my whoever it is from the spirit, or they visit me, but get ready to jump for joy. You might. I'm hoping you're jumping for joy already, but get ready to jump for joy, because your mummy is saying to me, "This is real." Real visits, and I love you so I love I love you so much. And weirdly, and I don't understand this, and if you understand this, you have to write back and explain it to us. Why is she talking to me about matchsticks? Something about matches or matchsticks. There's your message. You figure it out. Write us back. We want to know. She loves you very much. Jumping for joy already. I keep my fingers crossed. I hope you are. Chris.
All right. He's just saying, I am jumping and laugh out loud. That's as much as we
Oh,
have at the moment.
yeah, but we want the matchsticks thing as well. I don't quite know what that is. I have no idea. Anyway, keep going. If only I had several hours and as much time as it took to. Oh, wait a minute. When we do Gregor Speaks, we will be having more time, and we'll be getting messages. We'll be giving messages to people and so on. So we're really looking forward to that. That is our Christmas special, and we did very much try to make this affordable for people. So we usually charge a lot more than this, but because we had to cancel our event and so many people were disappointed, we were so disappointed. For all of you writing and saying, we're so disappointed, we're so grateful that, that you're disappointed. You're so grateful that you were looking forward to it. But we would like you to understand it wasn't cancelled lightly. We thought about it. It was, we had one lady who was, she's local, and why did you have to cancel it? There's no reason to have to cancel it. But we were getting emails from people saying, I'm sorry we can't come because they'd already, one lady booked a house for a family, and that was cancelled. If you go to Sarasota, they have this, I can't remember now what the theatre's called, this huge theatre. They cancelled all of their shows because it's because there's so many people who run hotels and motels who just can't manage to do this. So we made a decision. I shouldn't say we, with Grey Eagle's help, but I'm not blaming him. I made the decision to say, okay, we can't do it this year. It's not right. So we've done the Grey Eagle Speaks, and we're looking forward to that. And it's our Christmas special on the 14th, the Saturday morning. It'll be a 3-hour event. So, we can, when we're giving messages, we can hopefully do that in a little bit more detail. Chris.
Barbara says, hi, Rosemary. The
Hi.
holidays are still very difficult for me. I miss the old life I had with my husband. I plan on booking my 4th consultation with you in the new year because you are amazing. The,
Oh,
the spiritual contacts with my loved ones are a comfort. But until then, is there any message from my beloved Dawn to comfort me? I'm so sad. Thank you for all the help you give.
look, you knew this would happen. This is a sneaky backdoor way, and I love you for it. And of course, I think you might have been encouraged by your husband, who just wants you to know Christmas. Yes, I can. Yeah. He's asking me, can you see me? And yes, I can. And Christmas is this time of closeness, this time of love, this time of family, and he will be there with you, and you know that. Hope it makes you feel a little more comforted. Chris.
Mary says, I'm between possibly looking for work and continuing to putting most of my time into the children, and one of my children have special needs. What do you or my angels or Gray Eagle see or suggest?
Okay, his Grey Eagle is right on this. Okay. And if you understand me, you better respond to me. Don't think you can just do this. And I want to hear back from you because I want to know if you understand what is being said here. And so does everybody else want to know. You know, we all want to know, did you understand this? Apparently, the work thing. Yes, of course, it's about money, but it isn't really about money for you, is it? It's more about building a little bit of a life for yourself because you have given, not just to this child with special needs, not just there, but in every respect, you are a giver. And so I feel what Grey Eagle is saying is it's all very well to give, and we all love those people who are givers. We do. But the giver has to give to themselves as well. And I think if you were to get, think about getting something that is part-time, that is manageable so you can manage. You're not giving up your family, you're not giving up your kids, you're not walking away from them, but you are finding something that works for you and is fulfilling for you, and which is, I hope you understand this, which is outside of the family. It's time to give to you. And you don't have to get a job that's hours and hours and hours. You just need something which is outside of, you have this tunnel vision, you've had it for years, it's all about the family. What Graver tells me is getting a job will be good for you. Don't be afraid to be selfish with yourself a little bit. I want to know if you understand that message. Chris.
All right. Mark is responding back about the matchsticks.
Okay.
He says, yes, matchsticks. I'm jumping. Laugh out loud. The reason about the matchsticks is that when I was home visiting my mom, I often had to change her ostomy bag. It smelled badly, and I'd take out the box of matches and
Oh,
light them to remove the bad smell, if that makes sense. And I use
perfect.
them still today. Sulfur eliminated bad odors. I am laughing so much and tears fall from my cheeks.
Oh, we love it. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. People come, they join the show, they hear the messages and so on, but and we're left wondering, do people actually understand what she's saying? Is she just making it up or what's going on? So we love to have this feedback, and it's not just for me. I love the feedback, but it's not just for me. It's for everybody else here who joins us and perhaps doesn't get a message or wants to know how it works. And usually, like the matchsticks, usually it's the littlest thing, it's the most inconsequential thing which tells you, obviously, Mark, you understand, which tells you she's right there with you. Hope you're jumping for joy, darling. Right, Chris.
Eric's here. He says there are pouring rainstorms, and he has a roof leak.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, get it fixed, Eric. But we love that even though you got a roof leak, here you are still joining us on the show. We love that.
Chloe says, hi, it's here from England. I made Rosemary's Christmas cake last year, and I'll be making it again this year. It reminds me of our Christmases together, Rosemary.
You better hurry up and make this cake. It takes 6 weeks to make this cake in order to put it. Hi, darling. Hi, Chloe, my darling. Chloe and Anna and Jessica are my, I don't know, adopted daughters. I've known them since they were, so big. Of course, I knew Jessica before, actually, as soon as your mummy was pregnant, I knew Jessica. So, yeah, make the Christmas cake. Even if you're a little late, you make it. I love that cake. It's such a good cake. If anybody wants the recipe, just let me know. So say hi to everybody, Chloe. Bye. I love you. I love you. Chris, keep going.
Kay is also on.
Hi, Kay.
Jen says that from a place called Formby, which is 13 miles
Oh,
from Liverpool.
I know Thornby. Yeah, very nice. So it's actually a nice area there. Thank you, Jen.
Kay's on saying you're looking stunning and brilliant today.
Now, just to let people know, this is Kay who does the cracking up with me. We do it once a month. We have a cracking up show. And so this is Kay. I expect you to say I look stunning because we compliment each other all the time, don't we? We have to because nobody else does. No, don't take that as, don't, please don't take that as I need compliments, everybody. I don't. So we're good. Chris, keep going.
All right. Ornella's here saying I'm Italian and I live near Milan. So she
Nice.
answered your
I
question.
actually, I thought so, but it's good for people to hear that. Okay, keep going, Chris.
Let's see. Gina says the sun is shining brightly in Cape Town. I'm so hope my inspirational great grandmother will pop in today so that I can thank her for inspiring me to become a teacher.
Well, actually, she doesn't need to pop in to the show. She's with you wherever you go, and she inspired you. And see, you never know when you're going to get a little word in here, and it's just obviously your lucky day because I'm hearing Gregor say she's right here with us, and apparently you think your grandmother inspires you. You inspire so many, and Gregor tells me to tell you thank you for your inspiration to others. Chris.
All right. Selena says, Hola from Grand Canaria. Now I'm going to have to look
Hola.
that up. I
Hola.
don't know where that is. Someplace
Oh,
near Spain, I think, right?
no,
No?
no. It's in the, where is it? Isn't it close to the Bahamas or oh, anyway, explain it to us where it is, my darling. Write it in the chat room. But anyway, hola to you too, Chris.
All right. Carol says, Dear Rosemary and Gray Eagle, I am struggling in all ways and am not sure which way to go or how to go. Do you have any wisdom or advice from the spirit world?
Ah, okay. So it would seem, from what Gregor tells me, because even as Chris was telling me, Gregor was talking to me about you, it would seem that you have lost faith. I don't think you've particularly lost faith in God, but you've definitely lost faith in you. So I will tell you this: we have faith in you. They, Grey Eagle tells me, have faith in you. You need to start to work on, and we're going to be doing our tutorials, which I think might help you, because you need to start to do things that build up your self-esteem and build up your faith in you. And the tutorials will help with that. But please don't despair, even though you even though you've lost faith, even though you think that that life isn't going to get better, it's just going to get worse and worse. It isn't going to get worse. It will get better. You just need to hold on, my darling. You may not have faith in you. Well, that was unexpected. Who is it? It's Carol, right?
It's Carol. Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. All right. This is unexpected and amazing and fabulous. I was just saying to a friend the other day, there seemed a period, it was over several weeks, that I was having these experiences with Jesus, with this person, that person. I told a story about seeing Jesus on a plane, talking talking to the stewardess on the plane, and it here we are, and I was not expecting it. It's taken me by surprise, but I have him standing in front of me, just to the left of me here. And as we're talking to you, Carol, I have a excuse me, I have a message for you from him, from my friend and teacher and healer. And Gregor has his hand on my shoulder, because we're all here. We're all here for you. And I have a message for you from Jesus. You may not have faith in us, but we have faith in you. I've heard him say that before, and that's for you, Carol. So if you don't think you're worthy, you should know by now, in this moment, that you are worthy. I'm sitting here a bit in shock. Didn't expect it. Keep going, Chris. Let's just keep going here.
All right. This is from Pearl.
Hi, Pearl.
Does raising your vibration always give you the ability to see? How do with strengthen this daily? I can't really see sometimes, but rarely.
Okay, it doesn't necessarily give you the ability to see. I'm surrounded by all this amazing energy right now. It does not necessarily give you the ability to see. There are many ways to see. We have 5 common senses. When all of those senses join together and kick in together, this is when we get this sixth sense. And raising your level of consciousness is helpful towards that end. So when you say, does it help me to see? It will help you to sense, to be aware, to be more in tune, perhaps to hear more clearly. It will help you with all of those things, and sometimes it will help you to see. We'll be, as I've said earlier, we'll be doing the tutorials, and when we do the tutorials, we'll be teaching all of these things for you. It's okay. For those of you who cannot join in with the tutorials, there will be, we're working on this at the moment. There'll be a way for you to connect with it on YouTube. It might be a small cost to you, but so the lessons, the tutorials will be available in some other form if you cannot necessarily join in with them, on the day. Chris, I'm sitting here blown away here. Chris, keep going.
All right. Jen says, hi, Rosemary. I was going to ask you next Thursday, but you have just said there isn't a session next week, as it's the anniversary of my mom's passing on the 27th of November. Just
Okay.
wondered if she had any messages for me. I always go and sit by her rose in the garden where her ashes are, and was hoping it would flower as it has in the past years. There is one green bud on it, but with the very cold weather we are having this year, I don't think she will be saying hello to me.
Oh, yes, she will. That's for certain. Oh, yes, she will. Gregor tells me she will. Even if there's only a little peep, she'll let you know one way or another. Plus, it's not apparently one rose bush, there are at least 2 or 3, maybe more. So it's not just the one. I know you've got the one special one, but there are other rose bushes also. But yes, she will be saying hello to you. And I have this lovely lady standing with Gregor blowing you kisses. Okay, Chris.
Rita says, "Good evening. My name is Rita and I am Italian
I
from Bologna. Can I ask you, where is my dad? I lost him in 2020 from COVID. My English is not perfect, so excuse me and thanks for all."
It's good. Your dad, I can tell you, and again, Gregor has, oh boy. Okay, so Gregor has put his hand on my shoulder, so he has something to say to you, but I can't, I'm also giving you a message from Jesus. Okay, I'm being shown the cross, a cross. It's metal of some kind. I'm tempted to say it's silver, but it's silver colored. Um, and the message is, if I can make sense of this, have faith. They are always with you. You are so surrounded by love, and I have Christ smiling for you, giving you a smile for your faith, for your courage, and for all that you give. Wow, there you go. This is unexpected. Keep going. Keep. Not sure. I'm not handling this well today. Did not expect this, but I'm so grateful for it. Keep going, Chris.
Leslie says we just lost over 4,000 gallons of rainwater. We live off grid and that's what we rely on. Do you see us getting it fixed anytime soon?
Um, yes, don't worry. The okay, I don't know if you'll understand this, but there's something about, when you think of rainwater, you think of these huge towers, don't you, high in the sky. But there's something about something about doing something on the ground or with the ground around, and I can see I'm seeing being shown what is that sort of, but it's pipelines or something. I don't know what it is. It's sort of pipes going along the ground, which which will make it safer. So I think it must be devastating for you. Try not to worry too much about it, because I'm being told it's going to get fixed, but I think it's going to get fixed in a better way or a different way than it has before. Goodness me. I hope you understand this. I feel sometimes like I'm talking gobbledygook, but this is what I'm being shown, so I know that you will hopefully understand it. Chris.
Denise says hello from Riverside, California. It's sunny but a bit chilly. I am
I,
hoping that my father might say a bit. He passed on Christmas last year.
and I don't see your father, Denise. That doesn't mean he's not here. I don't see him, but Greg is telling me to make sure, which I'm sure you will, make sure to put the silver star on the tree for him. Make sure to put the silver star on the tree for him. He will be there with you when you do that. Keep going.
Katya is asking,
Hi, Kat.
how do we know that we are making our ancestors / spirit guides / deceased loved ones proud? I get messages from the other side, but I have trouble interpreting at times.
Oh yeah. Well, I sympathize with that. How do we know? It's very, very, very simple. As we walk through this life, as we live this life, we we as long as we are living it to the best of our ability, as long as we are living it in a positive way and in a good way, um, what is not to be proud of course they're going to be proud of you, and of course they're going to be happy with you. We as human beings, we can only, excuse me, we can only do the best we can do. And as long as we're doing the best, whether we're achieving or whether we're not achieving, as long as we are striving, doing our best with faith, as long as I'm listening now again to Christ as he says, as long as we, as long as our, get this right, as long as our footsteps are true, placed on the ground, as long as we walk a true path, as long as our footsteps are firm on the ground, that's all we can do. That's all you can do. And we have to be happy with that. Well, okay. I'm nearly done here, but I'm just telling you. Keep going, Chris. Keep going.
All right. The initial J has a question. Why does my daughter Ray come to my husband and not me? It's the first anniversary of her passing, and I'm desperate to see her in some way.
Oh, darling, I think she comes to both of you. I think she comes to both of you equally. I think it might be easier for your husband to see her and connect with her because he may have a slight advantage. He may have a sensitivity. I'm not saying that you don't. So, not, but some people are more sensitive and more aware to things that are outside of us. And also, grief is a barrier, and it could be that you are so sensitive and ultra sensitive and holding that grief inside of you. And I get it. I know how difficult life must be for you right now, but very often grief acts as a barrier, then they can't get through it. It's like you don't, not doing it deliberately, but it's like a cloud around you, a deep set cloud around you that it makes you blind. And I'm sure she's knocking and knocking and knocking, but at the moment you're so inward, you're so filled with this awful grief, which I totally understand. This is not a criticism in any way for you, because obviously the worst loss is the loss of a child, obviously. So that grief that you're holding in can sometimes be a barrier. Now, every now and again, as you go forward with your life and you're wondering how to take each step, and we just heard from Christ, slowly, he says, you take it slowly. You take each step, and the grief will not go away, but you will learn to live with it. People say all the time, well, give it time, you'll get over it. No, you will never get over it. We never get over the loss of a child. We rarely get over the loss of a loved one, but we learn to live with it. We learn to live with it, and we learn to deal with it. And I am to tell you, and I think this is the main reason that he's here today. I'm to tell you that Christ is telling me to tell you he has her. He has her safe. He holds her in his arms. And I think there will be a day when you will see her. Don't, just be patient. Chris.
All right. Chase asks, are young children more connected to the spirit world? When my son was about 2 years old, we were on a flight when he leaned up against the window and looking outside said, "Hi, Grandpa." My dad had passed over a few months earlier.
Yes, I think children are, as we get older, things get in the way. We learn to put up barriers. So many people don't want to believe because let's face it, if you believe in an afterlife, if you believe in God, you gotta behave. You might have to change your ways, and not many people want to change their ways, do they? So there are lots of reasons why, as we get older, we lose that sensitivity. But children have a natural sensitivity. I mean, you'll often see babies in their cribs or what have you, and they're looking up and they're giggling and laughing, and we look and we don't see anything, but they do. So yes, I think it is a natural sensitivity. Unfortunately, as we get older, life takes over. The amount of people who walk around with earphones in their ears, would you stop? Would you please stop? The amount of people I see them on their phones all the time, blah, blah, blah. I have friends who say, I sent you a text, did you see it? No, I didn't see it. Give me a minute or give me time. Because honestly, I don't check. I don't check every 5 minutes. Often don't even check every day. I don't check. I'm not on the phone. I don't want to be on the phone. I don't want to be on a game. I don't want to be focusing. I read a lot, but while I'm focusing on stuff, I'm missing the important stuff. So if you've got your earplugs in and you're listening to music, how are you going to hear the voice of your grandfather or your mother or whoever? If you are focusing on the game, or focusing on sort of your phones or your computers or whatever it is, how do you expect to hear anything? How do you expect to sense anything? And so take the things out, give yourselves a break, instead of looking to see what's going on every minute. And I see it all the time. People think it's like they're addicted. I see wherever I go, even in the supermarket, people are got their earphones on, or they're talking to people, and they're not aware of anything going on around them, which means that if you're not making yourself aware of what's around you, you're missing out. You're not aware of your loved ones in the spirit world who are trying to connect with you. And if I were not sitting here now and making myself, look what I would have missed, look what you all would have missed if I were not aware. We have Gregor, we have people in the spirit world, we have Don is still here, just saying to you, Barbara. Don is he's come to watch the show. Let me tell you, a lot of people in the spirit world have come to watch the show, but we also have Christ. We're a trio here. Great Eagle and Christ and me, here we are. Imagine, had you not joined the show, what you would have missed. Imagine if you're so busy playing a game or doing whatever, imagine what you would miss. And I see people walking down the street, earplugs in, or they're on their phones, and I want to shout at them, can you just stop that for a minute? I read a lot, and I don't, people, my daughter thinks I'm strange because I don't need music on. I get up in the mornings and people put music on, or they put the TV on or whatever, and I do not. My house is silent, except it isn't silent, because there are any number of people at any given moment. At any given moment, Greg could say something to me. If I wasn't aware, look what I would have missed. How could I possibly have wanted to miss what we have here today? We have Jesus, my Saviour, right here in front of me. Not, I guess for me, but for you. How could you not want to see that? So stop being on your phones all the time. Stop being on your computer all the time. Stop. Just allow yourself to be silent. I'm reading, but I don't have music on. And if I'm reading, it's easy for me to feel a tap on my shoulder, or I see something, and I can look up from my book easily. It's not distracting me from seeing what is around me, hearing what is around me. Chris.
Monia says, I have a lot of troubles. I am tired. My husband died in July. We have a child 13 years old. I need some hope. Can my husband protect our child? I have so much fear. I am alone.
My darling, I feel so sad for you. And yes, your husband will be there with you. And yes, he will protect this little one. Absolutely. 13 is a difficult age, but yes, try not to feel so alone. I know from my own experiences and those people who come to me for consultations, you just heard Barbara said, I'm coming for my fourth consultation. I'm booking it next year. When you have consultations or you talk to someone like myself who is real, we can show you, we can give to you what it is that you need, because we can show you just how much the spirit world is with you. Chris,
We still have a bunch, Rosemary.
is you're twisting my arm at my back here, aren't you? I've got to make room soon. Go ahead. Go
Gary
ahead.
wants me to mention his friend Andy, who needs some healing while our special guest is there.
Okay, definitely. Look, just because I'm telling you he's here does not mean he's not there when I don't see him. He's always with us. Always. Go. Yeah.
All right. Starlit Tech says, today is my birthday. Does my grandma Arlena and grandpa Arturo have anything to tell me?
Happy birthday to you. We already sang for all of those people who have birthdays, but happy birthday to you. And I think that that's what they are saying to you. And Greg says, and lots of love. Keep going, Chris. We're going to go fast now.
Anita wants to know if there are any messages from her son or husband where she should settle down.
Anita. Oh, golly. I'm saying quick, let's do this now. We can't do this quickly, can we? You need much more time than we can give you today. Perhaps you think about having a consultation either with me or with someone else. It doesn't matter. Just make sure it's somebody who knows, who is real, who knows what they're doing. This is the message for right now. Unfortunately, it's not long enough and not enough detail, but you need to. Sure, yeah. So yes, they are with you, and you need to not do anything hasty. So if you're thinking of moving, thinking of doing something different, just don't do anything. Don't make rash decisions. Don't do anything in haste. Take your time. Don't be afraid to take your time. What a loss that you're suffering. My heart goes out to you. Don't do anything hastily. Don't take your time and wait for the right time. I think they'll let you know, your husband, your son, they'll let you know when it's the right time. But I don't feel it's quite the right time yet. Chris?
Kathy says she has a big day early next month. Will any of my loved ones be with me that day?
All of them. And right. Kathy, I want you to let me know if you understand this, because I don't understand this. Apparently, it's something to do with writing or writing a lot or scribbling a lot. I'm not quite sure what that is. But everyone will be with you. Everyone who loves you will be with you and by your side. So just keep going, keep scribbling. I don't know what you're doing, darling, but keep going. I want you to let me know if you understand that message, or if you don't, it's fine either way, but let me know. Chris?
Denise said, confirmation of a silver star. I just asked my stepmom what they used to put on top of their tree, and it was indeed a silver star.
Don't forget to put it on. You've got to put it on. Thank you so much. We love these confirmations. We absolutely love them. Keep going, Chris.
All right. Laura says, I am Laura from Italy. My mother died 12 years ago. She didn't believe that there could be anything after death.
Oh,
Now, for me, she is my angel. It's a truth. Is she near me? And is my father with her? Thank you.
here's the message very quickly. They are together and both they are one on either side. So not just near you, but like close to you, one on either side. And she truly is your angel. Keep going, Chris.
Last one. Selena, which is the better way to connect with our guardian angel or our loved ones in heaven? Just speaking to them in our minds, they can hear us. Thank you for the energy you put on helping so many people.
Okay. Can they hear our thoughts? Absolutely. Thoughts are living things. Little tiny thought is a tiny pulse of energy. It goes out into the universe. So yes, they can hear our thoughts very clearly. We'll be talking more of that in the tutorials. And so as soon as we, excuse me, as soon as we continue with our tutorials, if you want to know more, we'll help you with all of that. Did we have a message back from the lovely lady? Does she understand the message I just gave to her?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, that's it. I'm I'm waning a little bit. So I'd like to say thank you to all of you for joining me today. I'd like to say thank you to Chris for great facilitating. What would we do without that? I would like to say to all of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, do have a happy Thanksgiving. We will not be here next Thursday. We will be here the Thursday after that. If you want to know more about how you get to join in Grey Eagle Speaks, go to the website, or you can email us, Rosemary at rosemaryaltea.com, and put in your subject line, Grey Eagle Speaks or whatever, and just write to us, and Chris will, in the office, they'll direct you, let me get this right, they'll direct you to how you can get a ticket for that. But we are limiting the amount of people who are joining. So please, if you want a ticket, you need to get on with it. I'd like to say to all of you once again, thank you. I would like to say thank you to Grey Eagle, and I would like to say thank you to my savior, my master. I'd like to say thank you to Christ for being here, for joining in. He's has a message for you all. Trust in your angels. They are there and they are with you. Wow, what a note to end on. Thank you all for joining us. Until I see you the week after next, whenever it is, until I see you again, please everyone have a very, very blessed rest of the day. Have a very blessed weekend, and have a very blessed Thanksgiving, everyone. Bye-bye.